Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Rosie.
And I'm Shorty.
And this is Skate Sunday. Thanks for joining us.
What's going on?
So, I'm so excited, Shorty. We got a guest.
We do.
We do. Who we got, Shorty?
I don't know if you remember our interview with Alexis.
Yes, I do.
When we were talking about this badass black girl doing vert ramps.
Yes.
And we couldn't remember who it was at the time, but we found her.
Yeah,
Ngozi.
And Ngozi is here with us today, and we're so excited. We're going to ask her all the questions.
Yes, you may know her as Curious7 on Instagram. Shredding.
Crazy this woman. Going backflips, doing all this thing. Well, I don't know if she does backflips, but she's doing all this crazy shit that I can't do, so.
Talk about a skater that's like zooming with progress so fast.
Yeah.
Got on skates and was like, bye, going down the vert ramp.
See ya. But before we get into the interview, we want to remind y'all that we have a Patreon. Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, remember?
How many times I gotta tell you? Remind you.
So become a patron. You can donate anything. You don't have to sign up for a tier. I believe our lowest one is $5.
Yes, our lowest tier is $5. But you can donate, like you can make a custom donation. So you can do like a one-time custom donation.
Send $1. You can't send me $1.
You ain't got $1?
It's just 4 quarters, literally.
So, if you want to become a patron of the show, head to our link tree or head to, just type in Skate Sunday Patreon in Google and we're going to come
Google
up.
Skate Sunday, you'll find us.
Google you don't know Skate Sunday? Do the Rosalita again.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Yes, thanks for joining Skate Sunday.
Well, thanks for having me. My pleasure.
So, why don't you introduce yourself for those that don't know who you are?
Hi, everybody. My government name is Ngozi, but on Instagram I go by Curious7. My pronouns are she, her. Professionally, I'm a registered nurse, but for curricular functions or activities,
Okay.
I'm a roller skater.
Yes, so you're a registered nurse and a roller skater.
Yes, and I make wigs too. I'm a wig designer as well.
You're just doing it all.
Trying to.
That's wonderful. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your skate journey, like how you got into it and everything?
Yeah, so my skate journey started during the pandemic. I was an avid gym member, goer, and because I didn't have anything to do and any kind of activity to do because everything was closed, I started seeing like skating on Instagram. And one of my friends, who's an actor, she told me that she had bought a pair of skates. So I thought, I was like, oh, I'll buy some skates and skate with you. But she got busy and kind of was doing her thing, so I found myself skating, by myself. And then I joined a skate. I will go to skate meetups and we'll skate on the beach and jam skating and whatnot. And I got into that and I did that for maybe a few months, maybe 3 months or something like that. And then some of my friends that I met during at the meetups, they were absent, and I found out they were going to the skate parks. So I joined. I shortly joined them. Going to the skate parks and stuff like that, and that's how my whole curiosity for skating and skate park began. And I wanted to just learn more about tricks and doing tricks and stuff like that because I was completely a novice at the skate park and stuff. So I started doing research, watching YouTube videos, and I stumbled across Lady Trample, who's my inspiration. I call myself the Trampede because I follow her and stuff like that. So I came across her a couple videos that she did, and to try to help me with learning skate tricks and just the basics of skate park. It was a great intro video to skate park and the basic tricks and stuff like that. And we actually connected, and I got to skate with her a few times, and her and I still keep in touch with her. So that's how it started.
That's so cool. So did you do virtual classes with her or anything like that? How did you link?
I did not. I wanted to, like, I wanted her to train me, but no, we didn't. There was
Okay.
no virtual classes. It was just, I would just watch her videos and just would
Right.
try it. You know, I would go like super early in the morning to the skate parks, like when no one was there, like 6 a.m. and stuff like that. And of course, because I had to work, so I would go before work, and I would just, I would just practice them, and then, as I got a little, I got like little cuts and scrapes and bruises and whatnot. I started going with friends that knew a little bit more and started practicing with them, and just. And then and then later on, like I went to, like, I attended the Moxie skate camp like a few months ago. I
Tell
worked
us
as
about
as
that.
Yeah, that
yeah.
looks so fun.
So the Moxie, yeah, it was a nice, really really nice experience. I had the opportunity to actually work as a medic because I'm an RN, and they needed nurses. So that was
Mm.
like probably the only reason why I would have even probably went, or been able to go to the Moxie, skate camp. So
Mm.
I applied to work as a medic, and so when I was off of my schedule, off my shift, I would, take a couple of classes, that I could, at the skate camp. But yeah, it was, for me, I enjoyed it. But I enjoyed taking care of the skaters. Like when they would, have their whatever falls or injuries or whatever, and they'll come to, I feel like, they trusted me so much, or we connected immediately just because I was a skater and whatnot. I can kind of relate to them. So I enjoyed it that much. But then the whole, like, camaraderie and cheering each other on and stuff like that. I like that. I saw that a lot there. That was cool. And just the facility, Woodward facility is amazing.
It's amazing to have someone. Okay, so you shred, right? But like you're also medically trained. So, there's times where we're at the skate park with our friends, and actually one of our friends is in school to be a nurse.
Yeah.
So, it's exciting because whenever we all fall, we're like, it wasn't that bad. Actually, I don't know. Ask a professional. I don't know. So it feels good to. I
Yeah.
know it feels good to like be there to ease some people's minds as well.
Oh, absolutely. And it kind of takes me back because I used to work, like, so majority of my nursing, I worked in labor and delivery, so that was my, I'm an obstetric nurse, so that's what I did. And,
Oh
and the
wow.
feeling and the feeling of assisting someone to bringing in life, or just, you being that person to actually deliver because the doctor's there, like, that feeling is it's not the same, but it's brought back that feeling when I was, at the camp, and I was like, oh, like, like they need me, or, they trust me, or, they're relying on me. And yeah, sometimes like that, even when I'm, like, for the competition or something, I went to the competition, people remember, oh yeah, she was a Monty medic. So they'll come to me and be like, hey, my friend, hurt herself, but do you have this? And I'm like, cool, I don't. And I'll go in my car and I'm like, oh yeah, I just have bad days. I do have these bad, I have wraps, I have all this stuff. So then I end up being, like, treating them like, in the parks as well too. So yeah, that's cool. I
And
like that
I bet they love you for that too, because I know that when I like tap my head or something and CC's immediately, they're like, who's the president? What's the date? Give me like a full
Yeah.
concussion test, no
right.
matter what.
Yeah.
And it's just like, mommy, please take care of me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, it does. Yeah, like I said, it feels so amazing to have that reassurance there,
Yeah.
especially when it's your friend, so.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Yes, 100%. Yeah, and that's how I felt like that's what I felt like when I was at the camp. It was like, even though I didn't even know the skaters. Like, I got to know them because they came in and they needed, I rendered help to them or aid or something like that, and then, that created a relationship. As I still keep in contact with them.
Did
Keep
you
in
get to
contact.
enjoy skate camp other than taking care of everyone
Working.
at skate camp?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did. We had our off day days and, like, hours and stuff like that where we did work. And, I took a class, that back to class with estrogen. That they did a video of it. Like, don't watch it, but I have beep it. I don't want to say the word, but the flip. So and part of it was more so like I didn't want to become a patient. Like I didn't fully sin because I didn't want to be the medic that ends up being the patient. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so it was in my mind like certain things that I wanted to go hard and try to do. I was just like no, because I had that commitment to work, and that was my priority. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. Like to see other skaters and to ride. I forget what was it called, but I did take part in some of the classes, and I enjoyed the facility as much as I can. So yeah, and I even went before that. I had went to Woodward West, and for like I think it was like skate night or something like that, and we were there. I was already there, so yeah. But yeah, I did get to enjoy.
And I think that's so funny that you say, you're like, I wanted to go hard, but I don't want to be a patient. Like,
100%. I was like, yeah, I want to do this. Just like when we were doing the oh my god, I know I always was like, I'm horrible with public speaking, but what is it? Not the round off, but a gainer. Yeah, when we were doing a gainer in the airbag, I was like, I really wanted to do it. I was like, just please don't hurt yourself. Just please don't hurt yourself. So, but yeah.
that's crazy. Because when I see you on Instagram and like all the crazy moves that you do, I'm like, she is fearless. She's just going for it. Like,
and you visit like intense skate parks. Like I have seen you on major ramps. So what's like the best one you've visited so far?
I would say the best skate park. I would say, that's a hard question. But okay, let me say this: when I went to Texas, when I got on the vert ramp for the first time, like that was the best time that I think I've ever had because we went to I forget the name of the skate park, but it's supposed to be one of the biggest skate parks in South America, whatever. But and they had just like they had everything there, and I was just like overwhelmed because I think that was I want to say maybe I was like 4 or 5 months into skating period as a whole. So it was I didn't know how to use everything. Like I could have probably skated better, but I did my best. But it was just amazing. But it was just amazing though. And then when I went to the Houston vert round, that to me was like mind blowing. Even today, sometimes I think like, wow, you're crazy for just like going up there. That was my first time on vert. Like, well, actually, I skated vert at that one park in Texas, and then we went to the vert ramp. But I don't know. It was just like something that I don't know. It's weird. I'm like I'm an adrenaline junkie. For to be an L&D nurse, like you have to be. You have to be that type of person. Like you don't really fear, but you kind of crave it in a sense, because to overcome it. So like I remember when I got on top of the ramp, the vert ramp. I looked down and I was like, you can't just go down. Like, I mean, you're up here, so you have no choice but to go. You can't just take the steps like that. You have to go down. So you just conquering that was just, I mean, it was just like everything.
Oh, I love that. I think I crave fear too.
Yeah.
is that the video that Alexis shared of you when you were that big ramp? Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know how tall it is. I don't know if it's like either 13 or 15 feet, but I know it's pretty pretty up there, and it's intense. But it's a nice ramp. It's a really really nice ramp. But yeah, I remember when she shared that day. It was so funny because I think that was after I competed in like CIB, the first CIB competition. And someone had tagged me on there, and then I tagged me on that post, and I started seeing like everyone else like comment, like this skater like tagging other skaters. And I just like, I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, I don't know if she's talking about me. But I was like, I wonder who she's talking about. And then when I said that, that's when someone else had. No, I think she said you're the one I was talking about. And I was like, oh, and it made me feel so good because I was like, I just competed, didn't win, but it was all good. So
we
it was
were
like
so
that.
happy when she found you and
Yeah.
shared that, because we were talking about it and we were like, who is this skater? We're dying to know. And
Mhm.
she was just like so uplifted by seeing you. And I think that's just so important. You are so important to this community. And
Thank you.
just that little
Thank
skate
you.
video of you, like we got to meet you. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for that.
Yeah, and just how
Yeah.
Alexis said, like, it was so impactful to see a Black woman skating vert. Like, most of us haven't seen that.
Mhm.
And it's just so inspirational.
So yeah, speaking on that, and I was, after like skating at one time that vert, and it's like I was looking for other like vert ramps to skate, and it's like there's not really any vert ramps in where I live, in California, that are really kind of open to the public to skate, unless you want to drive to San Diego, which is about like an hour and a half drive commute for me. And then that one is open like during the evening, so you have to think about traffic and stuff like that. So that's probably like 2.5 hours, and then on the weekends it's open all day. And then there's another one that's in Huntington Beach, but that one which is 20 minutes away from me, and I would love to skate that one because that one's a little lower style. But you have to be like on some kind of list, or you have to know people to know people. And I'm like, I want a legit way to be established to be able to skate. And so I feel like it's not enough. There's probably no resources for my color to have access to, skating vert ramp. And that's probably why we don't see more Black people or women, or not even just Black, but just, people of color skating vert ramp. And I wish that would change, And I think that's kind of like a theme that I'm seeing. It's like you don't see people of color because they don't know so much about skating, especially in a skate park or vert ramps or something like that. That's because I didn't know anything about it. So there's that factor, and then it's access to it. Like you have to be invited to skate a particular ramp and stuff like that. Like, well, if you're not really known, you won't get invited. Or you commute an hour and a half to 2 hours to another, city to skate. So
No, you're right. It's just not as accessible to the Black community and communities of color like that. So how can you expect someone to keep leveling up when they barely even have access to it? Like you get to drop in on a big vert ramp maybe once or twice a year.
Right, absolutely, and that's the thing. Like I know, like when I skate with other skaters, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so good." I'm like, first of all, I don't think I'm that great. I think I'm okay skater, but I'm like, you can be just as good. And I'm like, and the people that you admire, you can be just as good as them if you have the time, if you have the resource. And I said sometimes people are like down on themselves because they're not advancing, and I'm like, well, you have to think about certain things too. Where were you at when you started? Some of us are coming from no gymnastic background, no cheerleading background, so we don't have the flips, we don't have the adrenaline or the what is it called? Not the adrenaline, but
the stamina.
Thank you. The stamina. We're starting from scratch. In this whole skating world and stuff like that. So we have to work harder. We have to build up to it. So I might celebrate where you are. If you, some people think, oh, doing a cartwheel is such a simple trick. I was like, if that's a new trick that you learn, you celebrate that, and you don't call it a big trick. You don't call it a small trick. But skating with one of my friends last night, and she's like, oh, we were doing slides on the quarter pipe, and she's like, I can only stall on it. And I was like, remove only and say that you can stall. And when you say you can stall, you say with some, I say you say it with some confidence. Like I can stall on that, you know, because it's, and that's why I say on the internet, everyone's like trying to level up on the next person and stuff like that. And I'm like, it is not necessary. Like, don't focus on that. Work on whatever trick you want to work on, and be happy that you're able to land it. And even if you don't land it, the fact that you tried to land it, or you even, you know, brought yourself to the skate park, you should be happy. You celebrate that. The skate park itself is intimidating.
Hell yeah. That's so beautiful. Oh, that is so beautiful. I love that. And thank you for bringing that energy to the skate park, because not everybody says that. Like, not everybody's encouraging like that.
Yeah, you know, I want to say that, well, I think I've always been that way. Like, I've always been like everyone's cheerleader. And I think because I've always had cheerleaders, and not from the people that I expected, or, you know, thought that they would be my cheerleader and stuff like that. So, and then like, and it just, you know, going back to Lady Trample, like she was really nice to me. She didn't have to be. And then given the fact that, you know, all the things that have transpired in her life, you know, the time that me and her met, like, you know, she could have completely ignored me and just be like, who are you? I don't have time, you know. But she was, I mean, she made it a point to meet with me, to skate with me, and then like she would give me pointers on some of the tricks that I was trying to learn, or, you know, trying to do and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, like, just paying it back, you know, kindness, why not?
That's wonderful. So you said you've competed in some competitions. I guess my question is, what is it like, you know, being in this sport, you know, as a Black woman as well? What was your experience competing?
So actually, well, being in this sport as a Black woman, I feel like I am sometimes having to prove myself. Like, I'm not a threat, meaning like you can, like, I'm like, you can bring your guard down, basically, or whatever, you know. I feel like sometimes it's like I have to like prove myself, like, I'm, you know, I'm not confrontational, I'm cool, I'm like, you know, I'm just here to skate. I'm not here to kill you, or whatever you have in your mind, you know. Sometimes I kind of can sense that from people. Sometimes when I go to the skate park, like, you know, I mean, it's weird. Like, some people at the skate park, they, depending on where they're at, like, I feel like if we're at a Black state, in a Black neighborhood, you know, and people will see me, like, they want to gravitate to me because they feel like maybe they think like this is my local and I have some say so, which is, you know, not. And then when there's other skate parks where, you know, people are just cool, like, they just happy to see me because I'm maybe unique, different, you know. I would say, like, in an OC, they're kind of like, you know, they're happy to see me there. I guess I'm unique and different, so I haven't really had any issues. But speaking specifically to competition, so the first competition that I was in was the Quad Cup competition, and that one was, I mean, it was okay. I didn't really know what to expect because I never competed. I mean, I was on a swim team in high school, but I don't even think I even competed. I think I just like practiced with the team and whatnot. So I never really knew what like the rules or anything like that was for competing as, you know, quad competition. But I was kind of surprised as how I was kind of surprised. I was like it was maybe one or two Black, maybe three, I don't know, not many, basically, skaters that competed. Yeah, I don't know if there was more, maybe I'm missing some people, but I feel like, I mean, it was a good competition. I think because it was new, they can get away with a lot of things, you know, because there's not like really anything regulating or like what are the rules, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the rules for competing with quads? So like, especially that this being the first time, the first go around, I feel like they know that it's like a forgiveness behind it because this is like their first time. How they score, I have no idea. How they judge, I really don't. I don't know. I didn't get it because I saw like some skaters like Montreal. I can't even believe like the things that he was doing. And I mean, like even his bails, even his falls were just like a trick. You know what I'm saying? And people will argue that, you know, judging is all subjective and blah blah blah. But I feel like when you see somebody with skills, you know they have skills. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a given. But
did you compete in intermediate or advanced?
For this one, I was intermediate.
Okay.
I competed intermediate, and no, yeah, I competed. I was intermediate. Yeah. Let me tell you, my line. To be honest, my line was not the greatest. It was not the greatest.
Run the clips.
I know. Well, it sounds like I have all these excuses, but the minute I dropped in, well, first of all, I got there like 20 minutes before competition. So I didn't warm up. I never practiced on that ramp or anything. Everybody was like, most people who competed, they were like there day before and they were like skating the heck out of the ramp. I was like, I'm just going to go because my account had got deleted like a day before. I was like in the worst. I had the worst. Yeah. So I wasn't even gonna go, but then I was like, you know what? Let me go. I had missed the street competition that I was in, and I said, well, let me just, let me make face, let me show. And it was actually Lady Trample who emailed me. It was like, you should just go. If you don't compete, just just hang out with Cowboy Crooks and have fun with Gary and them. I was like, okay. So I went. I got there 20 minutes before I was going on. I had just changed my skate setup the night before. I didn't really check it or anything like that. The minute I dropped in, I was like, okay, I'm in trouble because my left skate was like going to the right. So I was like, so I'm just going to do anything that I can do that is safe, that I'm not going to kill and hurt myself. So, to me, I didn't put on a good show. Like I wasn't like really going at it like hard and stuff like that. But I think I skated my best with my, given my situation and stuff like that. But I competed against Asia Skates, who's really good. I forget the other two girls and stuff like that. But they were better than me, and they advanced, and I did, and I was okay with that. But I do think that a lot of the skaters that won were all like, Moxie skaters.
But overall, what would you say is your experience competing? Obviously like, just going out, just putting yourself out there and competing.
I think it was fun. I definitely think if it's something that anyone is interested in doing, like they should definitely do it. But I don't know, for me, competing is not that serious. So for me, it was just to go out, have fun, meet people that I've been talking to online and stuff like that. It was like a big party in a sense. But I would definitely encourage it to people to skaters who are interested in competing. And if they're very competitive, just, practice. And when you're competing, full send,
Yeah.
Full send.
Yeah, y'all be full sending for real.
Check your skates and stuff like that before and then practice on the actual, practice on the ramp or the obstacles and stuff like that. Which I mean, that's a given. I don't know why I didn't, but that's a given.
You be full sending in your full wigs. You said you make your wigs. You make them by hand?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your hair business.
So yeah, I started that during the pandemic as well. And the reason why I started that was because, first of all, it's for myself, because I was wearing my hair natural and I didn't really know how to do it natural because I was going into salon. I was very dependent on a stylist. So I'm like, well, what am I going to do? And it's like, I wanted to wear wigs and weaves and stuff, but I'm like, I can't get them done because every place is closed. So I just started doing research, YouTube, and just taught myself how to use. I brought a sewing machine. Never knew how to sew. Have no history or anything like that. Background in sewing. I bought a sewing machine. Watched YouTube video. Taught myself how to sew. Initially, I was doing hand stitch, which was taking me like 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah, but you know, when you're doing it and you see the outcome of it, you those hours don't even feel like anything because like you're hand stitching, but then I'm like watching TV or watching something like that. And then when I saw on YouTube that you can make it on a sewing machine in like 30 minutes, I was like, heck yeah. So I just learned how to do it on a sewing machine and stuff like that. I taught myself how to color, how to customize it, cut, everything I taught myself how to do it. And then I was walking around and this lady and I would get, compliments and stuff. And ladies would ask me like, well, your hair is so cute. I really like your lashes. I sell lashes too. It's like, oh my God, your lashes are so cute. So then I was like, man, maybe I should start selling this. I was like, maybe I should start selling this. And I was like, I'm wondering if people actually buy wigs or, and then I looked online and sure enough, there was like all these videos of like wig makers and their business of selling wigs. And then I started looking on Instagram and then like, just like all these pages. And I was just like, holy, and just, knowing that, the hair industry is like a $1 trillion industry. So it was like, okay, like this is something that, I need to tap in on. So from there, I just started making wigs and stuff. And then I created my own business. I'm never, never studied business or anything like that. Everything was all just research, Googling, YouTube and stuff. So I established my business, got it registered, came up with the name, logo. I did everything, the graphic design, everything. I even built my own the website that I have. I built it from scratch. So I learned how to build a website and everything. And fast forward, and here I am now.
And I think that's like the best advertising as well, that you're like out here jumping and flipping and doing all these crazy things on the ramp, like wig on, like wig on. Ain't going nowhere. What wig that could do that?
Right. And it's funny because the reason why I did that was because I had a friend I was skating with and she would say, what if your wig fall off? And I was like, this wig ain't no. She was like, I don't see how you skate in your wigs. And I was like, watch like this. And it was like, what if, and then I was
because they're glueless too.
Yeah, they are glueless. They're not sewn in or anything. I just have like a strap, elastic band strap behind, and it's tight enough, and that's it.
That's what's up.
So when she said that, I was like, I'm sure others, when someone asks you a question or someone makes a comment, other people are thinking the same thing, right? So I said, let me advertise that my wig will stay on even if you're skating. I think I did one. I think I did one video when I think I did a handstand, and I had like the longest wig that I had. I think it was like 26 inches.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, I wish you the best of luck with your, your business. And like, I mean, everyone go to her Instagram, check it out. Because you have it in your bio as well, right? Everyone can find it there.
Yeah.
And it's not going anywhere. The wig is not going anywhere.
It's not. I mean, guys, you guys and gals, you see me out there skating in my wigs. Most time I do, but sometimes I don't skate in as much as I want to, because I like to keep the integrity of them. Like I like, when you curl them and you style them and stuff, you want to still look, you want to look flawless. So putting on that helmet,
So you got your skating wig, like you got your set skating wig.
I do, actually. I do. I have my skating wig, which is this one. This is short, but this is the main one I skate with. Every now and then I'll put color in it to make it look different and stuff like that. But this is my skate wig.
Do you name them? Like, are you like
I do, actually.
You have like a whole persona for each one?
Yeah. I guess it depends. Like sometimes depends on like my bobs. I have like Ebony, like she's all jet black, and this is and it's for marketing purposes. Like if you go on my website and you like, I want this wig, I want that wig, you know. So it's just so I know which wig you're ordering, so for me to make. So that's why I named them.
If you want one of Ngozi's personalities, check out one of the
Yeah, check out her wig store. And it's not only wigs, it's wigs and lashes.
And it's wigs, eyelashes, and hair extensions. So I have lace frontals, I have lace closures, and then I have hair bundles.
Okay.
So supply. It's a beauty supply.
Beauty supply store. What is it called again?
Ingénue Hair. Ingénue Hair.
Ingénue Hair. Ingénue Hair. Go to ingénuehair.com. Is it?
Yes.
Go to ingénuehair.com.
It's ingenueonline.com.
Ingénueonline.com.
Has a nice ring to it.
Is there anything that you just wanted to share with us?
What I do want to share is, I think when I first started like skating and then like my wig business too, I think I did a podcast with Pigeon, and one of my goals was to create like some type of nonprofit organization so that there can be some awareness, more awareness to, you know, the people of color about skating, and then also to help like provide scholarships to particular, you know, people of color who are probably interested in skating, but then also want to pursue, you know, something in the academic arena. So that was one thought. And then also my wig business, like eventually I want part of my proceeds to go to, you know, funding someone that has cancer, you know, funding a wig for them, you know. So I haven't set that up yet, but that is the goal. That is the goal for both, for skating and then also for my wig business. Is basically to try to give back to a community.
That's beautiful. We're gonna check back on you on that.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm gonna hold you to it. No, but that's really wonderful, and I know you're gonna do it.
Yes.
Like I know you're good for it. Seems like anything you set your mind to, that you just achieve above and beyond. So, you know.
Oh my God, thank you. That means so much. Yeah, now you're really holding me accountable.
Well, you've spoken so many things into reality. I mean, you have not been skating forever, and you are this good. You just started this business. You said you were going to do it, and you're doing it. Like, yeah, it's just another version of it. That's it.
Of course.
You're already there.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I wanted to touch on, like, and I've seen you post, and you've kind of brought it up a few times on Instagram, like in your stories and things like that, about just different brands reaching out to you and marketing, and like they really want to center you as a skater. And I just want to know what your experience has been in that sense.
Yeah, so I have like mixed emotions or mixed feelings when it comes to like, you know, certain brands. And like I said, I didn't know about sponsorships or anything like that. I didn't even know that was a thing with roller skating and stuff. So when I was offered a sponsorship initially, I was like, I'm too busy to even do this. But then when I did it, I was happy that I did, because I did get introduced more into the world of roller skating and stuff. So I appreciate that. But I would say I don't like, but I feel like sometimes some sponsorships are wanting you to promote, but not really having an opinion. Like, you know, like not having an opinion about their product. But from my understanding and from my experiences, like, you know, every skater is different. So I mean, like a certain skate or accessory or whatever, it may work well for me, but it does not work well for you, you know? And I should be, no matter who I'm writing for or whatnot, I should be able to give my honest opinion, as long as I'm not like bashing them or anything like that. So I feel like sometimes maybe opinions are not really 100% non-biased when it comes to like certain products and merchandise. But then at the same time, I feel like skaters who's been skating, like they already kind of know that, different skate equipment or different skates, work different from different people. So you can take, my opinion with a grain of salt, or whoever's opinion with a grain of salt. You just have to try it out you have to just try it out for yourself. So that's just something that I just kind of, to me, it didn't really sit well with me for one particular brand or company or something like that. So I just opt out of it. But yeah, it's I don't know how to say this, but
I mean, it's a wonderful thing to be offered, like to be considered at all, like, but where do you, I guess, like, do you struggle with what that means to you, as in like being a sponsored skater?
It depends. Well, I'm learning that there's different sponsorships. There's different sponsors. Like if you're sponsored by a skate shop, when you're sponsored by a skate shop, you have a variety. You can skate on this skate, you can skate on that skate, or whatever skate or whatever they carry. But if you're sponsored by a particular company, then it's like the obligation to skate on on their stuff and speak about their stuff positively. It's like, well, I don't know. And then some companies, and I appreciate this, they are like, well, try this out. Tell me how you like, tell me how they want feedback, versus some of them are like, we give you this, you skate and you post and we reshare and stuff like that. And it's like, well, what if I don't, like your your stuff? But then again, it's my decision to sign a contract too, so I know certain times I know, what exactly I'm getting into. And sometimes it's just like, well, like I've been offered things and it's like no strings attached or anything like that. And I'm like, okay, but then there's like an issue behind it. And I'm just like, but there was no strings attached. So I don't understand. So, gotcha. I guess it can be complicated from different brands to different sponsorships to different sponsorship, but you
just got to see like what works for you. Is that kind of?
Yes. You just have to see what works for you. And if you don't have a good feeling about it, then you just politely say, okay, no, thank you.
That's dope though. I appreciate you like sticking true to yourself and like because I feel like it could be easy just to be like, yeah, like brand on brands on brands. Let's just go for it. Like, I love these. I love those. I love everything's great. So the fact that you even care to put your own personal opinion is incredible. And it's a branch that do hire you or put you on their team should really appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be authentic because I didn't realize how expensive skates were until I started skating. And because it's like, most of these skates are a la carte. You get the skate boot, get the mounting, the plates, the wheels, blah, 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 So I didn't realize how expensive it was. And then not only that, it was like, I remember when I had bought a pair of lollies, I had bought a pair of lollies, and I was breaking them in, and I didn't really like them because I didn't know what it takes to break skates in, because I'm new to skating, and I wanted to sell them. And this one girl, she wanted to buy them, and I was like, okay, I'll sell it to you. And then someone DM'd me and was like, hey, that person that that you just, because I put it in like a Facebook group or something like that. It's like, hey, that person you just sold your lollies to are going to sell, she just posted them on some app for like 2 times the amount. And I was, oh my god, holy cannoli. And I was like, oh no. And it was interesting.
And they get called out for doing that, because I was seeing all over Derby Hell Facebook page of people doing the same thing. And it is rampant, especially during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
Right. And see, I didn't, and I'm saying, I didn't know anything about the back ordering of skates or people not having skates, or I didn't know any of that. So when this person contacted me and she was just like so adamant, like, oh, I can come get them today, right now. And I was like, pump
I'm
your
sure
brakes.
you can, girl.
Oh my God. Red flag. Red flag.
Right.
Oh
I was
my
like, how about
God.
tomorrow? But anyway, so then it's interesting because I was so thankful for that one person to, contact me, because it's like, how are you just taking advantage of people who are already kind of vulnerable because they're waiting for skates, and then you just saw an opportunity to. So I'm that type of person. I'm very protective. I'm like Mama Bear, protective of her cubs, if I can. So I was like, no. So that was one thing. It was, I know there are people out there who are just trying to make a sell and trying to, so if they try to give me something and be like, hey, promote or post or whatever, I was like, no, let me try and see if I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm like, if I like it, I have no problem. Like, you don't have to put me on a contract. You don't have to sponsor me or anything like that. If I like something, I'm going to share it, and I'm going to, give my 2 cents, give my opinion on it and stuff like that. Like, you don't, have to pressure me.
Yeah.
I won't be pressured.
I will not be pressured. And that's the thing. It's not them choosing you. It's you choosing them.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, some skaters, that's their thing. They want to be sponsored. Like, they want this, they want that. And it's like, yeah, sponsorships is cool, but you have to think about, people. You don't want to be trying to promote something that's not really going to do the good for the greatest good for the good, for the most people and stuff like that.
And sponsorship itself can mean a broad spectrum of things.
Yeah.
But I can say the first sponsorship that I was in, it was a good sponsorship, and I was very happy to, for it to be in like an introduction to what it could be or what one is.
That's good.
Thank you for sharing your insight on that.
Yeah, because sponsorships, I mean, like, I feel like some people think they know what it entails. And like, outside looking in, it's, at least from in my end, I'm like, oh, they must be getting this and this and this and that. But when I talk to sponsored skaters, they're like, no, girl, we get we get this and that, and we take it from there. But like you said, there's different companies will offer different things to different people, and you just got to be wary of who you're getting it from and what it entails, like what it means,
Exactly. In a nutshell. Yeah. I know, it was like when people were like, oh, you can get sponsored, and I was like, what does that even mean? And then it's like, but as someone who's been in the skating community, like, yeah, it's like they're craving this, and it's just like, honey, like, okay, that's good. Like, you can have my sponsorship now. But it's, different. There's different packages that come with different sponsorship. But if it's something that you want to do, I mean, go for it. But just make sure that the best advice that was given to me by my, my admirer, was, just make sure that it works for you. That it works the best for you for sponsorships.
You're right.
Definitely.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for joining us again. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at curious_7. If they want to find my hair, my hair collection and wigs, they can find me _Ingénue Hair on Instagram. And if they want to buy, they can always go to my online store at ingenueonline.com.
Perfect. And thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to see how your nonprofits are going and your sponsorships. I'm gonna see you on the side of a bus in a few days, I'm sure. Like, I'm excited for you and your skate journey.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I was telling my friend, I was like, I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy. And I was like, I guess I'm just gonna sleep when I'm dead, because there's just so many things that I want to do, and I'm gonna do it. Like, I am just going to do it. Yeah.
That's it.
It
Again, it was so great to meet you virtually. Hopefully one day we can meet in person, but
was a blessing. Yes, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Sorry, one more question. What part of Cali are you in?
Southern California. Like I live in like close to Long Beach, without giving out the city I live in.
Oh, no.
Zip
I
code,
was just making sure. No, I was just asking because I wasn't sure because I see you I see you
All
skate
over.
at Venice sometimes. So I'm like, you
Mhm.
know, skating. I've been to Cali once and now I feel like I act like I'm a local, you know.
You are a local. I love it. Yeah, like I'm like part of everything. So it's like 15, 20 minutes to the art to OC, 12 minutes to Long Beach, 35, 45 minutes to Venice Beach. So I'm in the heart of everything.
That's all the time we have for you today. If you're looking for me, you can find me at Rolling with Rosie.
And if you're looking for me, you can find me at Hey Shorty with 3 Y's and 2 underscores.
And if you're looking for us, you can find us at Skate Sunday. Thanks for watching and listening.
Bye.
Bye.